Oofy. Oofy.
Dude, have you heard of Lisa? The game Lisa?
No.
Dude, you die. You die in the game. I don't want to play it with you. It's just a very sad game. There's some fun. Also, it's funny.
Yeah.
It does the thing where you like, where it's like builds up this and then the fucking humor thing, which I actually think it does better than other things. But you should play Lisa, man.
All right. Well, my dad recently texted me a screenshot of his, of like an email from PlayStation saying that I've spent $300 in the last month on PlayStation with his credit card. I paid for all of it.
Yeah. It's on Steam. That's how I play it. I don't know if it's like on.
So I don't think I should really...
It's like $10.
Pay for another...
It's like $12.
Dogs, come on, man. Welcome to the Joe and Alex podcast.
Wait, what?
What?
When did we start? I vaguely
play.
did, but I didn't know if that was just because you were ready or if it was like...
No, I started before you talked about Lisa.
Whatever, man.
Yeah.
So we're back.
Yeah.
From the abyss.
The audience knew that, so I don't know why I said it. I'm drinking a Capri Sun.
I saw that you've acquired a Capri Sun. Wait, another thing about Chipotle. I went to Chipotle recently.
What? What's the first thing about Chipotle?
We'll get there. So you know your thing usually is lemonade?
Yeah.
Owie. The water thing is attached to the lemonade thing. So when I'm like, can I get a cup of water?
Yeah. You just get lemonade.
And the thing is, the first time I did it, it was a genuine accident that I didn't know what the fuck. I pressed the thing and pushed it up because I didn't press the thing hard enough. So it just got lemonade, and I was like, sure. And then the next time I was going up, like, I can get more lemonade instead of water.
Yeah.
Which I would much rather.
Yeah, that's how all of the fucking...
Also, you can get Chipotle meals without meat or anything.
Yeah.
But they just charge you for the veggie, which I think is kind of bullshit, because I didn't get anything, you know what I mean? Like, there should be a separate price for without meat, or without the thing, you know what I mean? Because I don't want the veggie. I didn't get the veggies. I'm not taking something out of their little...
What'd you get?
No, I got beans, I got rice, I got...
That's still...
Sour cream, cheese, and guac. But it's beans. But beans are you can get beans and veggies, and it's the same price. If I had added veggies to my meal, it should have been less. They would have to use up more of their materials that they're charging me for. Right? It would have been the exact same price as if I didn't get the veggies. I don't like the veggies, that's why I didn't get them.
So just stop being abstinent and order food good, Joe. I'm not on your side for this.
What do you mean? Look.
I mean, dogs, come on, man.
You let them in here.
I didn't do anything.
They listened. They left.
I think we should have a theme song.
But unbeknownst to the audience, we've had the theme song the entire time. And
1, 2, 3, ready, perform. 1, 2, 3.
Happy Alex and Joe.
Podcast.
You think I can actually add that to the beginning of every single one of them now? We can post on.
I don't want you to.
Oh, I hope we do. I hope someone goes back and does that.
Who's gonna go back and do that?
Me. I'll do that. I'll put work in for that.
Yeah. I've been thinking about buying an editing software. Not for this podcast, because fuck this podcast.
Yeah, why would...
Like, just for personal use.
Yeah. Sam has Sony Vegas.
What?
What does he need it for?
What's Sony Vegas?
The editing software.
Why does he own that?
I don't know. It's like expensive. It's not, like, I was like, Sam, what do you do with this? He showed me a 4-minute clip of his friend that he did in the woods at the end of it. It's like, why did you do that? Why did you...
I don't know, man. Just let him be.
No.
Just let him be.
I refuse.
You know what I mean? Alright, Joe, I need to carry the conversation for a minute. I need to Google a thing.
Okay, well, first thing... So something I was thinking about...
Yeah.
Who uses Internet Explorer anymore?
Schools, I think.
No, they don't, because I know that in my school we use Google Chrome. Our school, I should say. We use Google Chrome even when we had the school computers. You know what I mean?
I used Firefox.
Why do you look up this kind of stuff?
Why
did you do that?
I didn't.
Why did you look up...
Don't reveal to the audience.
They can't see it.
They can
hear the theme song if they recognize it.
No, the audio, they can't hear.
They can't hear it?
No.
We're not like wearing a headset. It's not like a really actually good podcast where it's
No,
like,
I'm recording this on my iPhone. This is a 20-second advertisement.
This is the 30-second advertisement. You looked at it in 20 seconds.
That's excessive.
Yeah.
For
what is this for?
It's for the little snack, the lunch snack
packs. How long ago is Frozen, man?
Frozen was when we were in 7th grade.
Yeah, they still do Frozen related advertisements.
Well, Frozen 2's coming out soon. So
is it really?
Yeah, man.
Frozen 2.
Uh-oh, it appears our internet browser's out of date. No, my internet browser's out of date. This just in, it's not.
Yeah.
I think this game's just broken. Do I have to watch it? Fuck you.
Yeah. So you can't play Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby.
I told you not to tell! I told you not to tell!
Oh my no. Oh no.
I just want to play Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby.
Didn't we do that one time?
I think we did on the podcast already. But
what? It's not even.
What if I get what if I get an emulator for Winnie the Pooh Home Run Derby?
I want to tell you ROMs.
Heard of it.
Let me tell you
I found it. I found
scandalous history with ROM.
Did you want to admit to illegal activity on the podcast?
Well, no, because you'll see what it is.
Okay.
I would only get ROM hacks for games that I already had because I was so concerned that the police would come into my house.
What?
Because what happened was it started off with I used to play Fire Emblem Sacred Stone.
Yeah.
On my Game Boy, right? Until I lost the actual thing.
Shit! I got a foul ball. Sorry.
So I lost the actual cartridge or whatever the Game Boy things are called.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, how am I going to play this game?
And
so I got an illegal... But then I remember I prepared a little speech.
Right.
I remember I was like, if I get in trouble with the law, I need to be prepared.
As a 6-year-old.
So I wrote a speech on my Word document about how I already owned the game and how the company wasn't losing money. And then I realized that after 3 years of the police never coming to my house.
Yeah.
That I could do that with any game, but then I was too nervous to do it again with a game that I didn't own because for some reason this would be the one I got caught for.
Sure.
But I'd only download Ruby, Pokemon Ruby, and all again games I already owned, or Sonic and Mario's Winter Olympics. Yeah, I get that on my.
So only games you lost. So you had a code.
And what happened was I did Pokemon Silver because I accidentally put the DS ones. What are these even called? Those aren't even cartridges. Chips thing.
No, they're not chips. I don't know.
Whatever. So that one
Nintendo's
I
weird
the watch.
About naming things.
That one went through the watch, so I downloaded that ROM.
Went through what?
I had it in my pocket.
Why? Why
because
did you carry it around?
What would happen was I would go to my friend's house with if he had 7 Game Boys. Or DS's, I mean.
7 Game Boys?
DS's, yeah. Eventually, he had all the Game Boys. Because he had a lot of siblings.
Yeah.
So I would just bring my cartridge. I know I could have brought my DS, but to me as a kid, it seemed reasonable just to bring the thing.
Okay.
And it was in my pocket. When it went through the
Sure. I mean, when movies are out of theaters, but they haven't come out on DVD or Amazon.
Yeah.
Yet. I'm gonna fucking buy Baby Driver.
Yeah.
But I want to watch Baby Driver again.
Right now?
Yeah, so I'm gonna fucking...
I still haven't seen it.
No?
No, because it's literally only showing at 9:45.
No, it was back in theaters this weekend, man.
I don't pay attention enough. The thing is, the first 4 days I checked it in a row and it was 9:45 only.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I guess that's the only thing they do.
Well,
so
it's been out for
checking.
fucking 2 months. So.
Yeah. I know. I'm in the wrong right now. Okay, I will tell you. I should have seen it sooner.
Yeah. I just got a game over on Winnie the Pooh's.
You haven't even gotten into. Are you still on easy mode?
No, I'm on level 2 Lumpy.
Yeah, because I remember there's it gets really hard unnecessarily very quickly.
It does. Level 4, I think.
Yeah.
Shit ramps up. Let me tell you.
Yeah. I remember. The thing is, I was thinking about it from a kid's perspective. What the fuck? I remember playing Webkinz games as a kid and being I don't understand the basic mechanics of physics yet. You know what I mean? I just barely understand object permanence.
I'm hitting the ball.
These games are difficult.
And
have you ever played Castlevania Symphony of the Night?
I have. Or watched me beat it.
Yes. So when I was a child, barely ever got past the smallest parts of that game.
Why?
Because it's a very difficult game.
No, it isn't.
For a child. Okay.
No.
For me, as a child, it was.
Pussy.
Yeah, well, sure. Definitely sure. Okay. But when I started playing it now, or more recently again, when I re-bought it for the PS3 or whatever.
Heard of it.
Yeah, it was not as hard as I remembered it being. I remember it being the most fucking difficult game.
I mean, yeah, if you run into danger... It's a Castlevania game, so you gotta fucking plan shit.
I obviously didn't plan shit at all when I was a young boy. So it's called Home Run Derby, but you can get hits.
You can get hits, but they don't count as points.
It shouldn't, because it's a Home Run Derby. It's the point of a Home Run Derby.
God damn it! This game's so hard. This is new Dark Souls.
Yeah, this is the Dark Souls of kids games.
Yeah.
I hate that this is the Dark Souls of blank. I hate that.
It's Home Run Derby, dude. Dude.
How many home runs do you need to get?
For this level, 5.
5?
I have 14 chances.
Wow.
Right?
You only got 2 that one time.
I think someone's phone is ringing.
Not mine, man.
That's Jason's.
You know what?
Beyond the wall.
I gotta tell you something.
What?
If my phone does ring, you're gonna be like, "Wow, what the fuck noise?"
No,
is
I've heard it. It's
because,
really dumb.
No, but it's even different now. It's different because I change it, but the phone doesn't like give you a demo sound for the ringtone, so I just have to wait until it goes off to find out what this one is. And so that's kind of what I've resorted. You were very close that time. I will say that. You were very close.
God damn it. Yeah.
So now it's gonna go off and it's gonna be like, boo, 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 the Soviets are coming, boo, 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 or something like it. You never know.
Speaking of Beyond the Wall, did you watch Game of Thrones?
Oh yeah, I like the last episode. Season.
Yeah, it's okay.
I didn't like the season, but I like season.
I like the season as a whole.
Yeah. Oh, I think
like watching it weekly fucking sucked because there was a lot of boring episodes, but there was a lot of exciting shit. For
I think something that this season did was I didn't like a lot of the setup, but then the payoff was all this episode, so it was fine.
I liked that they really made it really dramatic that Jon Snow was. Spoiler alerts. Jon Snow was fucking Rhaegar's hold on. Rhaegar's fucking son and is the rightful heir to whatever, and they played that audio over him fucking his aunt.
Yeah, right. Like they were like,
right? And then I watched the behind the episode, and they were talking about it and how like sad it is that this could have been something beautiful, but then it had to be ruined. Yeah, and then it had to be ruined. And then the last thing, the last thing the guy said, also it's his aunt. Like he was talking about it politically the whole time, and he was like, also.
I think another thing about the Game of Thrones show that bothered me is as I was watching it.
The Game of Thrones show.
Yeah, because it's as opposed to the books.
Yeah, it's a game show.
The books are about, for me, just like realist, like other things that the show no longer is about.
Like what?
So, like I think the books are about the how violence takes a toll on people.
I disagree.
Feminism, all these other things that I think... Yeah, I know. But I think the thing is, it's like, so I think they're about something. I realize this show is just a fantasy novel now. It's like Aragon or whatever, it doesn't really... It's gonna follow tropes. Jon Snow's gonna, spoiler, come back to life because he literally is Jesus. Like, there's nothing wrong with the main characters. He is so good, he can't even lie to Cersei about betraying her.
Yeah. Right? That was fucking infuriating. I would have punched that motherfucker right in the face.
I would have killed Cersei because I have a dragon. That's what I would have done. Fun fact. I would have killed Cersei right there. Because no one likes her. Even Jamie and Randall Tarley, like the people that were like, fucking whatever. Randall Tarley's dead now, but
he got nuked.
Yeah, he
got actually dragon nuked.
In the books, maybe the dragons are a metaphor for nukes. In the show, the solution to most of their problems are nukes. Then. So it's like
just like real life.
So like when the harpy is the terrorists or allegory in the show. Their solution to the terrorism is nukes. So, like, the show's arguing that we should just nuke the Middle East or whatever.
Exactly. I've been watching a lot of House of Cards at the same time I was watching this season.
Yeah.
And I came to it...
First try, you got it home run.
I came to the decision that something that Game of Thrones does really bad now.
And the thing is about this... I'm going to interrupt you.
Fine.
This game, you can only hit the ball with the green part of the bat. Why?
Well, because that's your cursor.
Yeah, but like, still the bat's big.
But it isn't. Anyway, back to my point. I came to the decision that Game of Thrones is bad at twists now.
Yeah.
Because all the twists are like just... There's no way to see them coming, and they're not smart. Like Cersei's twist about like... fucking I was actually lying and we're just gonna be assholes and not help the entire human race. Like, fucking come on, that's a really dumb idea. And why? We spent a whole episode on you deciding not to. And then the twists in House of Cards are like, oh, that was a very intelligent move for what you want.
Yes. Something I've recently been watching American Horror Story, and everyone's like, the second season's better than the first season.
Sure.
I disagree, because the second season, people are like, the twists are cool, and the character, and it's one plot and everything, but I feel like, it didn't matter if you got that, you only have 3 seconds.
Sorry.
But, in the first season, while the twists are kind of predictable, and you get some of them before they happen,
my ears water.
It's because they're built up, and there's, like, things leading up to them, and you can tell.
Yeah.
Like, okay, spoiler alert for people that want to watch the first season of American Horror Story, but the daughter is dead. Is a dead ghost. And the hint is that she never leaves the house, like all the rest of the ghosts.
Fair enough.
But it's also just because she's depressed.
Right.
So it's like, okay, sure. Right? And then, but I was sitting there with Sam, and I was like, it's because she's a ghost, right?
Yeah.
That's why she's not leaving the house. Which is exactly what it was. But it's like, that was there. As opposed to the second season, again, spoiler alert, there's this guy that's really nice the whole time, and he's just a nice guy that looks like he has benevolent goals.
Yeah.
But turns out he's just the bad guy. He's just the bad guy. Twist.
Well,
twist got you.
Twist got you.
Yeah, because it's like, and the thing is, like, technically, it's not. It doesn't not make sense. But there's like no hints that he's a bad guy.
Like, going Game of Thrones again, fucking like the twist that Sansa was gonna kill Dinklage.
Yep.
Cool.
Dinklage, Baelish, you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
Dinklage is Tyrion.
Tyrion. Yeah. Baelish.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. But I don't like. Okay, what was the point of all of this?
Yeah.
Then? What was the point of any of?
It was just because what it was for me. The reason
there was no lead up to that.
The thing is, for that scene, I was like sitting there with Will. You can ask my brother.
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfuck, the Sansa and fucking Arya plot where they hate each other.
Yeah.
Don't care.
No one cares.
Infuriated me. It was just so stupid. And
it was just so stupid.
And the thing is, they set it up in the room with the twist in mind.
Yeah. And that's what they said in the behind the episode. Like, it made it really easy to write because we just wanted to make them hate each other the most they could, so that this twist would work. And that's not. How
and they wanted to kill Peter Baelish because they're like, this character has so much intrigue and like depth and like makes the show about more than one thing. So we're gonna get rid of him.
Yeah. At the same time, this season had a great twist where Cersei was like, "I'm pregnant," and then she uses that to like abuse people and her siblings. Sure. And the only reason this could be a great twist is if she's not actually pregnant.
Yeah.
That would be great. Yeah. That'd be really smart of her.
I think a lot of times people are like, this would be a good thing the show would do. But never does it. Yeah. Never once ever has it done it. Fair enough. She does the scene where she rubs her belly.
We're on a piglet, motherfuckers. Yeah, we're on a piglet. I beat Lumpy, we're on a piglet.
I'm pretty sure this is the impossible one if I remember correctly.
Maybe.
Yeah, but she does the scene where she rubs her belly without saying that she's pregnant, and Tyrion figures it out, so I know for a fact that it's not going to be the...
Wow!
That's a fastball!
That was lightning! That was lightning! Oh my god!
Wow! Fucking Piglet should join the what's it called? NBA? MLB?
That's the basketball.
MLB. The NBA is that basketball.
I brought this up at the dinner table recently. I'm really happy baseball's just dead.
Yeah, we killed it.
I have literally no memories of ever enjoying anything about baseball. Mm-hmm. Like football, at least there's like the Super Bowl and it's kind of fun to eat all the food with your fucking friends and whatever.
Yeah.
But baseball is just like, all right.
You're doing really well.
I know.
Oh my god.
When the pressure's on, I shine.
And the thing about baseball, like, you know who likes baseball? Who? My grandfather. That's it. Everyone else hates baseball.
Right, exactly.
It's notorious
like,
for being
go
slow.
To a baseball game?
It's notorious for being boring.
Right?
I remember one time, and my family...
It's easy to play, I guess.
Yeah. Went to...
It's not, though. It's soccer is the easiest sport to play.
Yes.
Baseball, you need a bunch of shit, actually. Yeah.
So, you need base. I guess you can make shift bases. Oh, that was a close one, but it was a foul.
Oh, that's a foul ball.
If you miss the next 7 balls...
I'll kill myself right on camera. God damn it.
It's a hit.
Don't do this to me. I'm begging you. No.
Oh my god.
No. 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 Yes, quit. Yes.
You click no.
No, stop.
Oh my god. This pop-up might kill you.
Okay. Yay! There was a pop-up ad, and I missed 3 things because of it. Oh my god.
I don't know if the audience is going to really be able to follow this.
Oh, that was a tense moment, and everyone could hear it.
Game over.
Okay.
In a good way. Victorious game over.
Yeah, level cleared. Alright, what were you saying?
Because, like, I remember one time I went to a baseball game, the Orioles game, with my family, because we were in Maryland. And we were there for a long period of time as the Kangaroo. Do you remember the kangaroo?
No, I don't remember
the kangaroo with the baby kangaroo. Anyway, so we're there and we're at this game and we're sitting halfway through and we're all like, guys, do any of us want to be here? And everyone was like, no, and we left. We paid for the. It bounces. The ball bounces.
I keep doing silent reactions to the things that are happening in this game, and that's not good for anyone.
Oh my god!
But
I get it.
This kangaroo just bounced the ball.
Oh, multiple times. It doesn't like bounce once. It doesn't. It's like a very.
It's so unpredictable.
It's so funny.
And it's lightning fast.
It's so funny.
Oh, okay. This is going to take a minute.
Yeah, anyway.
Sorry.
So we all left because none of us wanted to be there.
Yeah.
We paid for the tickets and everything, but we were like, isn't this a waste of tickets? I'm like, well, wouldn't we have more fun not being here? Like, what did we pay for?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, that's how I feel about concerts.
Concerts? Yeah, I don't like concerts that much either.
Yeah. Like, what are you supposed to do at a concert?
I think a part of it is, like,
but like if
drugs.
A lot of people are like, oh, I got seats at a concert, and that's really sweet. And I'm like, okay, cool. Do I sit? Because everyone else is standing.
Oh, no, I like sitting concerts. I can do a sitting concert. I think that's fine.
I just don't understand. What do I do with my hands?
Another thing that you have to get every single. Nope, you can't win.
No, I can't.
Another thing that concerts I am actually into are like classic concerts because everyone's sitting down, everyone's shutting the fuck up.
Concerts.
Classical. My dad took me to a classical concert.
When?
In New York, but I didn't answer your question. I said where, but you asked when. I last year. But, like, they're fine because you just sit down.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, listen to the artists play, you know? It's supposed to, like, interactive.
And, like, they're never going to be better live. They have months to work on it in a studio, and then you hear it in your ear holes. Or you could be, like, having a conversation, and then the song you like comes on, and you're like, okay, what? Can you not talk right now? And they're like, what do you want? And they spill beer on you, and you're like, why?
Why am I here? Where are the...
I could have been sitting in my bed listening to this in a better quality.
Yeah. But another thing I've realized about people, like, vinyl's better, live is better, because you're forced to listen to the song. Yeah. So your body, like, kind of makes this reaction.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people don't do shit like we do, where we just, like, kind of sit down and experience something.
Well, yeah, I think another thing, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you put on music, like, in a playlist you already have, you know every song you're about to listen to, and if you don't like it, you can just switch it. It's opposed to, like, vinyl or a concert, where your body just kind of has to agree.
And why would you want that?
Well, because...
Like, why would you want to listen to a song that you know you don't like?
I think it makes you appreciate songs that you don't like more, but also it kind of makes you appreciate songs you don't like more in a way that it's like, you don't actually like these songs.
So my bass teacher has been trying to get me to listen to, like, whole albums instead of just putting songs on my playlist.
Yeah.
Because it's a better way to experience music, and you get the whole idea of the artist. Yeah. And that's fine, but fucking 9 out of the 10 of these songs suck. Yeah. And I just want to listen to one I like. So...
artists that do full playlists, albums I want to listen to, are Cat Stevens, or Yusuf, whatever he wants to call himself. He did Father and Son, was in...
Oh, okay,
yeah. I listen to his full albums. I listen to Bob Dylan's full albums.
Yeah.
I listen to Billy Joel's full albums. Everyone else, not really.
Right?
Like, I listen to, what's it called? Dead, what are they called? Grateful Dead. I listen to Grateful Dead full albums.
Yeah. Led Zeppelin... I'll listen to a full album. It kind of blends together at a certain point, but
Why are you even trying anymore? You can't.
I don't know, man. I can't skip it.
Okay.
And Arctic Monkeys' AM album. I like most of the songs, so I'll fucking just sit down.
The animation for her throwing the little ball at you is so funny for me. I can't
See, the thing is, there are 25 balls optional in this level, and they all come out of the kangaroo's pouch.
Yeah. And she throws it up to her tail to slap it.
Yeah.
But then she slaps it and it bounces a bunch of times.
Like, but her pouch is flat. Let me just reiterate, flat.
Yeah.
There are 25 balls
in there, though.
There's a baby in there
Rue
and 25 balls.
is in there.
Is his name Rue?
Kanga is the mom and Rue is the little guy. I think he's a dude.
I think he's a dude.
I think
he's got a
little
shirt.
Dude. He's a blue shirt, so he's a dude.
Yeah.
A pig that has a pink shirt. I don't know what gender pig that is.
Well, that's not his shirt. That's his skin.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
He's a pig.
Piglet has a pink belly.
Yeah, but it's darker pink than his regular body, so I imagine it's like a sweater or something.
No, it's his body. Why would it? Then it would be a onesie.
Yeah, dude, fucking Pooh wears a shirt. He wears a crop top, and that's it. Nothing else.
Crop top. It's 100% a crop top. Oh, look at that angle.
Sorry. Look at that booty. I like how his legs are unattached to his body.
I don't want to ever say the sentence, look at that poo booty again.
Oh, no. So you see the most recent Rick and Morty episode?
I did.
There's a running gag where the one friend is into weird shit. Where she's like, I wanted a relationship where, it's like a penis in the foreskin. Or she's like...
docking.
Yeah, how do you like it when... It's like something was like, what if he wanted to shit in your chest? She says,
it was
yummy.
He said, have you ever been peed on?
Yummy. It's like,
yeah, it's a good bit.
Yeah, I think subtle. I think it's played as if it's a subtle joke, but it's audible completely. Yeah. So I think that's its own thing.
Yeah.
What do you? The question I'm getting to is, do you prefer? Like, do you think some jokes, because they're subtle, are better, or they just are all the same thing and subtle?
No, I've never laughed at a subtle joke.
What do you mean?
Like background jokes, unless they're like forced in your face, aren't funny.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, that's clever.
Yeah.
In Baby Driver, in the opening scene, I'm just going to talk about Baby Driver every day of my life. In the opening scene, when he's not the opening scene, but when he's going to get coffee, and he's fucking listening to the Harlem Shuffle, the words are like graffitied all over the street. And that's clever, and...
It's not a joke, though.
It's not a joke, but I'm saying it's subtle, and I'm like, oh, that's clever, but I'm not losing my fucking mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree. I was thinking about this earlier. Like, the thing with her, if there was a subtle reference to the fact that she transcended human beings, I wouldn't have that. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast. The movie Her put me into, like, an epileptic...
An existential crisis.
Yes, yeah. So, but if it was not as heavy-handed as that one scene on their honeymoon, probably wouldn't have killed me. Probably wouldn't have destroyed me as a human being.
With the recreation of a dead human. Anyway...
Yeah. Something I think about a lot.
Another Edgar Wright movie where they're like, fuck, like like when he's flipping through the channels and like every word that he flips onto continues the sentence. Like dead people are walking the street, but with every word a different channel. It's really clever, and it's not subtle at all. It's not like in the background.
Yeah.
They push in on the fucking TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then it makes it funnier.
But then I've noticed some things where it's like some movies lack subtlety or thing. I was wondering if it's the illusion of subtlety. Is that what I appreciate? Right. Because again,
no, the illusion of subtlety is great. Like if it looks like you're noticing something,
but you're not.
You're like fucking hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then there are moments where I'll pause. I forget what movie I was watching. Wolf of Wall Street. And in the background, people just fade away.
Yeah.
And me and Sam were watching. I said we noticed it.
That's not
and
like
he
a
paused.
joke.
Oh, I know, but he paused it.
That's
and he was like
a message
and he
about
said,
Wall
"Wait,
Street.
watch this." And and we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Don't pay attention to what's on the front of this in the foreground. Look at the people in the background, and we just watch them fucking fade into nothingness."
Yeah.
We cracked the hell up. It's like 12 at midnight or whatever.
That's like a really deep fucking visual metaphor.
The thing is, again, with the Wolf of Wall Street, sometimes I'm like, is this a part of the message? Is this the element?
That's like the whole message of the movie.
Well, we were talking, but the thing is, it was still
how
hilarious.
He's like kicking people off the ladder as he goes up it.
Yeah, but then something else I was like, is this what? Obviously, the Wolf of Wall Street is notorious for not really having a direct opinion on the actions of the main character.
Yeah,
he's negatively portrayed and positively portrayed in different scenes.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I mean, he's never positively portrayed.
No, there's the scene where I thought that too until I rewatched it. There's a scene where he talks to this woman about how he changed her whole life by giving her a small loan of $25,000.
Yeah.
Right? And her life, now she's rich and she doesn't have to worry about her problems anymore.
I remember that scene.
And it's supposed to be really nice.
But in my mind, when I watched it like the first time, I've only seen the movie once.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like all true bullshit. Mm-hmm. And that means the real fucking what's his name?
Jordan Belfort. Jordan Belfort. Yeah.
Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Told that story to the director.
Oh yeah.
And he was proud of it.
Yeah.
And so the director was like, "Oh hey."
Yeah. Well, I think the director also probably thematically, because the director has a strong sense of theme in the movie. He's like, "What are the good things that you like of being this rich person?" You think? And he's like, "I've helped people," whatever.
Yeah, I got a hot wife
I don't think that's what I mean. Like, if you listen to Jordan Belfort talk, which
you know that
the real Jordan Belfort,
he talks. You know he's in the movie.
Yeah,
right?
he's in the last scene, obviously, where
he introduces himself.
Yeah, but
as
he
the baddest
sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah. He's got crazy eyes.
Yes, he's got crazy eyes. And the cover of the book he published, his neck is like thicker, like twice as thick as his head. Really? It's so funny. Look it up right now.
Okay.
Jordan Belfort. Just look it up, and then he's got his books listed.
Sure, just keep talking.
Jordan. So his things when you see him portrayed by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
It's a very different physical image than you get from the actual. Like, look at his neck.
Well, have you ever... I've seen videos of Jordan Belfort when he was young, and he's a fucking handsome dude. And he's charming.
Oh, he's also like 60 now. 50 or something, yeah.
Like, I saw him give a speech at, like, a wedding or something.
Yeah.
And, like, he messes up in the speech, and he, like, goes, uh-oh, and, like, knocks the mic on his head, and you're like, you're a monster! But he's charming.
Yes. And I think that another thing I've noticed in that movie, there are scenes where it's Leonardo DiCaprio and not famous people in the room. And maybe Jonah Hill. And I'm like, I started thinking because of how long the scene was, because it's a good back and forth banter, and I'm pretty sure it's improvised, right? Mm-hmm. But everyone is in that scene must be freaking out. Leonardo DiCaprio is sitting there, right? It's just Leonardo DiCaprio and nobody's. They're just sitting in this room acting, probably off the cuff.
Yeah. I guess, like, Margot Robbie's only in one scene with, like, a bunch of other people.
Yeah. And she's not even that famous when that movie was made.
No, that was, like, her...
That was her, like, thing.
Like, breakout thing, I think. She was nervous around him, she said.
Really? Who wouldn't be? Like, think about it.
Like, the first scene they filmed together was the sex scene.
Really?
Yeah.
So funny.
One of the first, and that was, like, she was like, I want to die.
What if Leonardo DiCaprio's on top of you for, like, a good hour? Making sexual movements.
He was, I'd be like, can you do the Candyman voice? And he'd be like, what? And I'd be like, never mind.
I think that's probably not his worst.
I think he should have won an Oscar for that.
Why?
Because I think it was a really good character.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's his most...
I was, like, scared of him when he was being scary.
I'm saying it wouldn't be his most, like demanding role he's had in his life, because it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to, like, Great Gatsby or this guy.
Well, Gatsby is the opposite of fun.
Yeah.
It's just so boring.
Yes. But I'm saying, like, these are hard roles for not experts, but if you just got some Southern person to play that role, it wouldn't have been...
No, it wouldn't have been... Yeah, like very.
But I appreciate Leonardo DiCaprio's role in Django the Unchained, but like, you know.
Yeah, I mean the three main characters in Django are my favorite actors: Christoph Waltz, what was Jamie Foxx and Leonardo
Jamie
DiCaprio.
Foxx is nuts. I don't have.
Jamie Foxx is nuts, and I love him.
No. The thing about Jamie Foxx is that Jamie Foxx.
Oh, you're gonna
needs a lot of like work to work with. I think in a lot of the movies where the whole movie's bad, he's bad. Yeah. But in the movies where the whole movie's good... In Baby
Driver, he's great.
Yeah, in the movies where the whole movie's good, he's really good.
Joe told me a story once. This is public knowledge. I don't know why it's very funny to me. He writes songs for every movie he's in. And his song for Spider-Man 2 was... just
Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Just Itsy for it to a T. And it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's crazy.
Oh my god.
I love him. Yeah, those are my three favorite actors, I would say. They're both, like, really good at what they do.
I think okay, you say Jamie Foxx is really good at what he does.
He's good at playing crazy.
Jamie Foxx is good at playing crazy.
Yeah. In Django, he's crazy. I think
he's just
Baby Driver, he's crazy.
To a crazy extent. I think he's good at, again, playing
I didn't see him in Spider-Man 2, so I can't say. No.
Oh boy. We watched that movie, I don't know why, at screenwriting camp.
Really?
Because the teachers are like, you had to do something every night for whatever reason, so they give us that to do. And everyone, especially the screenwriters, were like, this is horrible. Like, this is not good.
Yeah?
Yeah. And my favorite scenes are the ones with Jamie Foxx is yelling, but electric yelling.
That sounds like a really cool metal album.
Yeah, electric yelling.
Yeah.
I think it sounds like the worst Black Sabbath album.
I don't know. I would listen to it.
Oh, boy.
Wait, I want to go back to Game of Thrones real quick, because that reminded me of something.
Sure, yeah.
I think Game of Thrones is going downhill obviously.
100%. I think it.
But I have to give them credit for being just metal as fuck. You know what I mean? Like the scene where like they're all running to the like in the second to last episode of the season where they're running to the
favorite.
Yeah, it's a bad episode. But like when they're running to the whatever the little island in the middle of the lake. It's a really dumb premise.
If you played
and like and dead bodies are like floating in the ocean, and they devote a whole shot to that.
Yeah.
And like then the dragon comes and he explodes them. They explode.
Yeah.
And then there's an ice zombie dragon. That's metal as fuck, dude. It's so cool.
Lord of the Rings, but less complicated.
Yes.
That's what it's become. Because it's the good guys versus bad guys.
Yeah.
And the bad guy humans are being good guide or just bad guide.
Right.
Because there's no nuance anymore. Cersei was in that. There's a scene where it's there. I think my problem, even though I liked the last episode, that Cersei had a choice to be a good person or a bad person.
Yeah. That was the whole choice. It wasn't like, ooh, should I make it smart or bad?
Yes. Okay, and that's the show now.
Yeah.
Sansa has a decision to be a good person or a bad person, and she chose to be a good person.
Yeah.
Right? With this Arya conniving stuff. She usurped Jon's throne or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, no.
And then like someone who likes the show will bring up the argument, well, what about Jon and Dany's love and how they're gonna have to choose to... That's not a good or bad choice. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Do I want to fuck my aunt or not?
Fuck my aunt. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like Jon's going to be like, I want to rule the kingdom because I have a rightful... whatever. He's going to be king of the north and he's going to go and...
I think they're going to be...
It's going to be fun.
No, he's not going to be king of the north because he pledged his allegiance to Dany.
Oh, right.
I remember when that happened, I was like, but you made a big fuss about it not doing that earlier.
And like she was already on board. Like she was asking originally for him to be like, I pledge my allegiance to you, but right after she was like, you don't have to.
And the thing is...
He was like, I'll do it.
John...
Because you're hot.
I guess it's supposed to be like he's in love with her now, so he's going to pledge his allegiance. But like if it was like, I pledge my allegiance to you, that'd be fine. But instead, there's like been a... I don't know how long the show, years is. There's been a 4-year-long rebellion of the North. Everyone in the North is really dedicated to this whole independence thing. Never mind. Jon is in love.
Also, should just lie to Cersei, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I would have punched him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
In his beautiful, chiseled face.
Another scene, something I thought they were going to do that they didn't do. Yeah. You know when they open up the crate and then the white gets really close to Cersei? And he's like, and it's like, rah! And then they kill it?
Yeah.
But I thought that Cersei was going to be like, you guys just tried to kill me right there. And then I was like, wait, why didn't they just try to kill her right there?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
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 Like,
I thought that they were going to reveal that Jon was a Targaryen by him getting caught up in the fire and then he's fireproof.
Another thing about
they didn't.
Books and the show, problem.
Yeah.
They don't really expose... I guess it's not really a problem in anything. It's just a thing. But... our Targaryen's immune to fire is just Dany immune to fire. Is Dany not immune to fire, but she was that one time? Can Dany have kids, or was it just that one time, or like? Yeah. And it's like, I think someone brought up this point. Even in the books, something that George R. R. Martin is really good at doing is bringing up questions. And sometimes answering them.
And leaving them just open for 5,000 years.
But sometimes his questions, because he has like deliberate questions that he's going to answer, like who killed Jon Arryn, right, or something like that. But then the questions have questions, and then those questions don't really have answers.
Yeah. Like, is Gendry still rowing? Got the answer finally.
Yeah, but in the show. In the books.
In
the books, Gendry's actually doing stuff.
I love
but there was never a mystery.
I love Gendry.
I hated Gendry this season.
Why? I love him. He's got a cool hammer.
He's like, I prefer this hammer. You know,
you
know why warhammers are useful?
Why?
For armored opponents. You know where they're not really...
Skeleton boys?
Yeah, they're not... You can get them with anything. You don't need really heavy... Take a lot of calories to burn, to like lift. Like, and then he ran for how... Also time. I know people always pointing out the time making no sense in this.
They have airplanes now. It's fine.
I guess the dragon. When Dany's on a dragon, I'm like, sure, that can be taken quickly.
Yeah.
But when the Raven gets down in a day to Dany, so Dany can get back to the...
And whenever Dany's on a dragon going somewhere, it's very rare that she's going alone. Like, she'll go with a horde of people on horses and have to, like, stop going so fast.
Yes, to go... The horse...
Yeah, because the horses get there first.
Yeah. Or, and even that... It's like, are the horses sprinting? Probably not. You know, they're probably just trotting along.
Yeah.
Unless it's like the Thraggy Screamers. And then I think, again, my favorite thing to do in the scene is if you add...
You suddenly don't even ride horses, they walk.
Yeah, they're slow. Another thing I like to do in the scene is add very varied music to the scene and see if it changes the tone of the scene. And I think that in certain things, like in Saving Private Ryan, if you add really, really happy music to the opening D-Day sequence, it feels hilarious.
Yeah.
But that's because it's of the contrast, and that means it's a tonally correct scene, and they did that right well. But if you add, like, again, like, like that's
to Game of Thrones.
Half the scenes in Game of Thrones, they're the same, you know, but I'm like, well, then why don't they have that song in this scene, right?
Yeah.
And then they try to play the sad, like, Tyrion the sad, like, especially that one scene.
Yeah, where he was outside I'm thinking of a different...
Yeah. Well, maybe there are a lot of weird scenes with Tyrion, but there's a scene where he's like...
In the finale, when Jon and Dany are getting it on,
he's
just outside the room, and he's like, oh, shucks.
Me and my brother laughed so hard.
Why? I don't understand. Also, there was so much gossip this season.
Does he like Dany?
I don't know.
Yeah, right? What?
There was so much gossip this season. Like, Missandei and Dany were like, oh, so you and Grey Worm were smooched it up, huh? And she's like, kinda. And then fucking Tyrion and Dany are like, so Jon likes you, and she's like, shut up.
Oh my god. Exactly. It's become, and then the thing is, this season failed the Bechdel test, and how good the Bechdel test is.
Did it?
Yes.
Was that like a thing?
It failed the Bechdel test.
Even with like Sansa and Arya?
What? They talk about Peter Baelish?
Oh, and Jon.
Yes.
Jon.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And then when even when that one scene where you're like, oh no, there's a scene where Arya and Sansa fight about loyalty.
Yeah.
Arya begins the conversation talking about their dad.
Yeah.
Kind of middle of the conversation about Robb, end of the conversation about Jon.
Good.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and Dany and Missandei's only conversation.
What about Cersei?
Is about Jon.
I guess she's not with two women.
She never talks to another woman?
Yeah, she never talks. She kills every other woman she's ever met.
Oh, another thing about, if the audience doesn't know, the Beck test is that if two women, I think there's more to it, but one of the things is that if two women on screen have to talk about something with each other that isn't another man,
you pass the Bechdel test. Yeah. It's just it's like a feminist cool thing that all movies should do, pretty much.
Brienne never talked to another woman except for Sansa that one time.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think that one scene where Sansa and Brienne talk about how Brienne should go south.
No, because she mentions Jaime.
Is it not because she mentions it? Is it about Jaime though?
It's like you and Jaime have a good relationship, so he'll trust you.
Yeah,
and he does.
Oh no!
And that's the motivation for the conversation.
Another thing I didn't like is like suddenly Jaime's like, well, maybe Cersei is evil. I know they try to build it up.
We said spoilers at the beginning of this episode.
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Jaime leaves.
Yeah.
To go where I don't know really.
Yeah.
But. I called at the beginning of the episode wrongly. This didn't happen. That Jaime was going to mirror his murder of the Mad King Aerys by stabbing.
He'll do that eventually.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do that at the end of this episode when she was like, "I'm evil."
He should have.
And I was like, "Well, why didn't he?" Another thing I keep thinking is like, "Well, why?"
Yeah, because they have another season to stretch. And they're not going to get rid of Cersei. Also, they were like, Clegane Bowl might happen here, and then they're like, nah, it's not.
And another thing is, this season, if it was 10 episodes, like most seasons, would have been the last season. They could have just done that. But I think another problem, David and Dan, the writers and directors, done. They don't want to do the show anymore.
And they have like 12 spin-offs to do, and they're like, what?
They have spin-offs they're doing?
Oh, they're doing like 6.
Oh, no.
I think they're involved at least.
Whoa, no.
They doubt they're writing them.
Oh, please don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Oh, no.
Pretty much have to also.
Are they doing a Dunk? I think they're doing a Dunk and Egg, right?
I don't know, man.
A Dunk and Egg is the other books that are in the Game of Thrones universe, but they're not the main Game of Thrones story.
I mean, yeah.
Wait, how long are these episodes now? 45
minutes.
Yeah. So we got a minute left.
Yeah, we got a minute, pretty much. This was a pretty alright episode. This was a pretty solid episode.
Yeah.
Better than any other episode we've ever done.
I don't agree. I think we're getting...
We just consistently talked, is my point.
Okay, yeah, but we didn't make...
And that does not happen every week.
Yeah, but like... but the thing is, we have an expectation. The only tag we do on the show is that we're the worst comedy.
Yeah, dumb podcast.
Yeah, we didn't really do that much comedy this episode.
No, we talked about fucking
Game of Thrones and movies.
Movies, yeah, and and actors.
Which is the thing we hated about episode 2. This is like a review. You know how we were reviewing Game of Thrones this whole episode?
Yeah.
Now this is the review of the episode. This
is the inside the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, I can't say that we'll improve by the next podcast if you didn't like this one. Okay,
wait. I want to say something before we leave.
Yeah. What?
This episode, the Kleenex in the room is Moana.
What are you talking about?
Earlier in the season of this show, it used to be Marvel characters. Now it's Moana. I want to know if it changes in the future.
My tissue box has Moana on it.
Yeah, that's the theme.
And thanks, Joe, for rooting Perfectly Good Podcast. See you next time.